Good morning again. This is Carrie calling from the Traverse City office. We have a pretty cool topic to cover today. We will be talking about CBX 3.0, the brand new updated app from the brand. If you've not seen it, I highly suggest going to your app store and downloading the new app or to your Google Play Store. And excitingly enough, it's going to be available on laptops and desktops come midsummer. So this is a really cool app that you'll be able to utilize now in your offices at your desk computers come midsummer. And of course, currently now on any tablets or iPads. So first I just want to jump to CB Exchange and show you again where you can get the trainings. There are two more coming up. No, I lied. They're actually over, but that's okay because in Online Office in the storage for the Resource Center, you're going to be able to find the recording of the session. So if you have not seen it yet, head over to Online Office and Resource Center and go ahead and play the recording so that you can find out all about this great new app. I do want to show you kind of some of the highlights and how cool it is going to be. So I'm going to jump over to my reflector so that you can see my iPad. Again, all you have to do is go to your app store. If you already have it downloaded or if your agents already have it downloaded, you have to run the update. So if you don't have it yet, go ahead and just in your search type CBX and it'll come up 3.0. Or if you already have it downloaded, all you need to do is run your update in your updating. As you can see, I have lots of updates to run, but find CBX and once you update it, CBX 3.0 will be available. So I already have it downloaded, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. Again, your username and password is the exact same as you would use for CB Exchange. So if your agents are getting confused, please let them know that however they log into Zap or CB Exchange is the exact same information. We're going to go ahead and log in. So this screen looks pretty much the same as it did before. The new feature is up at the top where it says no picture available. All of this information for the agents is now going to come over from ColdwellBanker.com profiles. They no longer have to enter in separate information in CBX. Whatever they have loaded for their online office, for ColdwellBanker.com, their photo, their email, their phone number, all that information is going to come over for them. So they don't have to do that in the app any longer. The rest of the screen here looks the same, so we're going to go ahead and add new presentation just like prior. And I'm just going to quickly throw in an address to show you how fast this actually can be. And I do apologize if there's a little bit of lag between my iPad and my computer and the webinar. So we're going to go ahead and try to keep up with each other here. This particular property is in Grand Rapids. So we're going to finish filling out the information. Once you have the address in, you just throw in the square footage, the beds, and the baths, and hit next in the upper right corner. Now this is a new screen. It's called Home Assessments. So again, this is just having conversations with those sellers and explaining to them the exact pricing of their house and how the real estate agent as the expert has come to that. So you can click on Add New Assessment. You can talk about curb appeal, the paint, maybe it needs to be repainted, or maybe it's a very bright, bold color that the agent really feels needs to be neutralized. You could talk about the floors. Maybe there had been a new puppy in the house and there's some chew marks. So you would want to take some money into consideration for that as well. Lighting, smart homes, you could add money to the house if it is a smart home. Or you can do a custom as well. If there's a cool feature or if there's a bad deck out back, whatever it might be, you can add that here in this screen. If you don't, you simply ignore it and hit next. And then this comes to the screen that we're used to seeing. Now, if you're in an area that does not currently have RPR, that's okay. You can enter in any list price that your agent chooses that they feel that is a good price for the house. But since this suggested list price is available, I'm going to go ahead and click View Now. And it comes up with $239, but the price range is $212 to $265. So I'm going to go ahead and use the price range. And this particular house just had a complete kitchen remodel. So we're going to go ahead and add $8,000 to the price. Again, it's all about having that conversation with the seller to figure out exactly how you came to the price of the house. So we're going to go ahead and hit next in the upper right corner, and this is where it's going to start looking a lot different. So all the information that CBX has provided to us in the past is still built into the great app, but they have really made the presentation extremely better. The presentation on the other one was a little bit bulky. You couldn't really export it. It didn't ever look right. They've completely fixed all of that. All of these slides are available. All of them can be shown on the iPad or all of them can be exported into a PDF. Now, some of them have some pretty cool graphics. So of course, if you're exporting to a PDF, you won't get the cool graphics, but all the other information will be there. So if you ever want to preview what one looks like, you just click on the button and it'll show you. This particular house is showing up because I didn't add in a photo. If I had added a photo of my subject property, that would show up here. And again, the agent's information is going to show up at the bottom as it reads on coldwellbanker.com. Anytime you want to edit, you just click on the edit button and it'll let you go back to edit the information of the property. Once you're done, you can just hit done. So now you can add in the agent information. And again, if you want to see what that slide looks like, you just click there. But of course, I'm not an agent, so I have no information here, but this is where it would pull over for your agents. You can now have a slide that shows my listings. If your agent is a newer agent trying to go out to get their first listing, you can also include your office listings. So if they maybe don't have a listing yet, you can include all of your office listings, and then it's going to show up and include all of them on a map that shows really the reach that you and your office have in your market. You can fill in all the company information, and the great thing about this is once you've added it in once, you don't have to do it again. It's going to save in so that you don't ever have to put in the information in a second time. You can always change it if you want. If you're going up for a particular listing and you want to put in different information, you can change it, but the information will show up there. So here's one of the cool graphics that they've added. So again, we've always talked about how buyers come to find their home search. So this is a really cool graphic that you can see pops up on the screen, explains about where the buyers are coming from. So again, good information that we've always known, but it's in a really cool graphic for you to be able to share with your sellers. This one is also really cool. Global Presence just talks about the brand's reach. So again, just cutting edge graphics, really cool looking information, and it's packaged very nicely. Anytime you see one of these little buttons here on the side, those are informational. It's not only a tip and trick on how to use the widget, but it's best practices from agents actually using it. So our buyer profiles are still here. To edit them, you just click on the edit button there, and you'll go in and you can check mark the ones that you want or uncheck the ones that you don't want. It's as simple as that. Again, we still have our local buyer trends, the top 3 area moving to Kent County, where the leads, how many leads have come in the last 14 days, and our zip code profile. All that information is still available, just like we've seen it before. It's just going to be packaged much, much better. Again, if you want to view it, you just click on it and it's going to show you exactly the information that you picked. So I only picked one in the top category, so that's why the median age residence is showing up there. But I did check the local buyer trends, so you can see it's just packaging it so much nicer than it ever did before. All of our maps are still available as well. Whatever demographic you chose to map, it's going to put it on the map for you. The CB Intelligence is still there. Again, you just click edit, you check mark the ones you want, and this time I'm going to go ahead and check them all so you can kind of see what the output on that looks like. Hit done, go back, and then the slide will come up. So once you've chose all the slides that you want, you just do that by clicking there. You can choose them all, you can choose to not have them all. It's up to you. You can also put in your own comps. So the comparables will come up for anything that is pulled up from coldwellbanker.com, but you can find the comps that you want by putting in your price range, or you can go ahead and fill in your own. This next one is really cool. So they added the home assessments, which we saw on the front end, but they've also put in their competitive Priceline app that you might have seen in CB Exchange before. So because I don't have any comps put in yet, it's not going to actually show me what it looks like. But again, there's a little I button there. So if you click that, it's going to tell you exactly what that slide will do for you. So the competitive Priceline is a really cool thing that once you put in all of your comparables, it's going to give your client a really good idea of where they should price their house based on how quickly they would like to sell. Again, if we had put in home assessments, there's a slide for that there. You can talk more about the price in the price display, and then you can put in a closing. They also have this new custom slide, which is really cool because before there was not a whole lot of customization. You can add a photo, you can add a YouTube video, and you can put in some body to the slide. anything you want. If you want to talk about the local schools, you can add a slide about that. If you want to talk about the local Humane Society, you can add a slide for that. Currently, right now, there's only one custom slide available, but they have said that in future build-outs, they are going to add more. So that's a pretty cool feature that we can build out a very customizable listing presentation right inside the CBX app that not only puts in the pricing information, but it also puts in that great buyer information that CBX has always had available to us in the past. You can edit the slide order if you would like to. You can drop and drag them however you want. And again, you can see at the bottom there you have these choices. You can export as a PDF or you can preview your presentation. So I've only chose 5 slides just to keep this brief, but I'm going to go ahead and hit preview presentation. And again, you're going to see that presentation come up. That's our cover. You click on the little arrow to the side, it's going to take you to the next slide. This talks about the office listings, which again, I'm not an agent and I'm not tied to an office, so it's not showing up, but that would show a map of all the listings that either you have, or if you choose to include your office listings, those would show up there as well. Again, here's that really cool graph. And as that's playing for your client, you can also talk to them about it as it's coming up. Again, you can't swipe on this because if you swiped on this, it is an interactive app. It would take you somewhere else. So you do want to click those arrows to get through your presentation. You can see there's also an arrow at top, so you can jump around to slides. If you go forward and your client's like, oh wait, I have a question about that slide, you don't have to flip through them again. Hit the button at the top and you can go to whatever slide you would like to. Again, this is the slide about the homebuyer profile. Click through. This talks about the CB Intelligence. And then I did not choose the closing cover, so this is my last slide. If you want to go back, you just click exit and it's going to take you back here. You can click exit presentation there and it's going to take you back to your home screen. So that particular presentation that I was just in is going to be saved right here. So if I want to go back to it, all I have to do is click launch. And there's my presentation. Again, hit the down arrow, exit, you can go back and you can edit. You can go back in and edit any of these slides that you would like. So as you can see, all of the great information that CBX provided before is there, but they have really packaged it together with the presentation that you're going to want your seller to see at that dining room table when you go in for that listing presentation. I'm going to go ahead and check on the questions that have come in. Yes, so how to upgrade from the old version to 3.0 is you can go to your App Store or your Google Android Play Store. If you've already had the app on your device, you just go to your updates. Find the update for CBX, click on update, and then once you close the app down and reopen it back up, your new app is going to show up. It'll show up as 3.0. If you don't have the app yet, all you do is go to the iTunes or the Google Play and search for CBX, download the app, and then it'll immediately be the 3.0 version. So either run the update if you've already had the app, or go ahead and download the app from new. And yes, Melissa, thank you. There's a slide on the listing presentation about the competitive price line, which I did hit on, so I think you might have typed that before I showed it. But down here, again, if you scroll, you can see all of those great slides, is the competitive price line. And again, if you click the eye, it's going to explain exactly what that is so that your agents, if they've never used it before, can get a good idea on how to use it. Okay, let's see, one more question. Any place for comparables? Yes, Suzanne, there is. You can put in comparables right here, the slide that says comparable properties. If you hit edit, you can search for some that are online, available to you. By putting in a price range, beds, baths, whatever you might want to put in. Recently sold, for sale, save your filters. It's going to pull up comps. You can click them if you want. Any ones that you check mark will be added to your presentation. As you can see, there's a lot of options there, but then you can also add customizable comparables by clicking this button here at the bottom. You can add a photo if you choose. You put in the address, basic information, say if it was recently sold or for sale, and then your comparable is added in along with the other ones that you have chosen. Once those comparables are in, that's really what's going to drive that competitive price line, because it's going to use the information from the comparables and put it on that competitive price line. So good question. Okay, well, I don't see any other comments. Melissa, yes, it is a great video for Lunch and Learn. This would be a great thing to do in your offices for a Lunch and Learn. Play the video that's in the Resource Center, show your agents exactly what this app has to offer for them, and then help them download that. So great point. Okay, well, there's no further questions. I don't have all my points in for Schmidt's Got Talent, so I'm going to wait just a little bit, and we will send that information out via an email. We are going to be tweaking the contest a little bit, so just to keep it fresh and new and exciting, so stay tuned for some information about that. And I really hope that everybody has a very wonderful 3-day weekend. I hope you get outside and enjoy your families and your friends and this great Michigan, Ohio, and Florida that we live in, and really enjoy your time. Again, if you have any questions for me, reach out to me via email or give me a call at my direct line 231-995-8166. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.